guys. In this video we're doing continuation of the previous work that we did in the previous video. But we've been doing addition and subtraction. Now it's multiplication of surds. So let's see how we multiply surds. Here square root of a and square root b multiplying each other. So what it means here is if you multiply square root of a and b, these terms are not like, so it gives us root 2 ab. You just multiply these two numbers under a square root. So then I have an example of root 3 multiplied by root 2. What do we get? We say square root of 3 times 2. What do we get? Which is 6. Then next one, it's square root a root x multiplied by b root y is equal to, so in that case what we do is we multiply a times b, the coefficients first, which is a times b, we get ab, root x times y, which is xy. Then I have an example which is 2 root 3 multiplied by 3 root 2. So what we do here is we multiply 2 times 3, we get 6. Root 3 times 2, which is 6. So our answer is 6 root 6. And root 6 can be simplified. So that will be our answer. Now let's have another law. We mark it number 3. We can be given root a multiplied by root a. This one, these are like terms. So if you multiply root a and root a, we get a. Why we get a? This one we need to prove it with the laws of exponents. So square root, converting it to an exponent is power half. So this is a power half multiplied by a power half. So by laws of exponents, if the base is the same, the exponents they add each other. So we have a power half plus half, which is equal to a power, what is half plus half, which is equal to 1. So our answer is a. This is why square root a times square root a is equal to a. So you'll find out to prove that we proved it using the laws of exponents. Now we need to see division, or we can have further another example of multiplication of surds. But in this case now we have brackets. So simplifying these brackets, we need to use FOIL method, where this one multiplies this and that. From there, 1 multiplies root 3 and 2. So what we do here is root 2 is multiplying this bracket, which is root 3 minus 3, and plus 1 multiplying that bracket again. In this case, I'm sure it will be easier for us to understand multiplication, or we can understand FOIL method much easier than doing it straight on this. So what we do here, we multiply this one, root 2 multiplied by root 3, we get root 6. Then root 2 multiplied by negative 3, we get negative 3 root 2, plus 1 times root 3, we get root 3, minus 1 times 3, negative 3, we get 3. So do we have like terms here? I don't see any like term. So we can end there. That will be our solution. Next question, B. This one we multiply root 5 times. So let me expand it first. This is root 5 multiplied by root 5 plus 1, then minus 1 multiplied by root 5 plus 1. Root 5 times root 5 we get 5, plus root 5 times 1 we get root 5, minus root 5, minus 1 times root 5 we get root 5, minus 1 times 1 we get minus 1. This will be 5. Then root 5 minus root 5, it's a 0. When we subtract that one, our answer is 4. So this is how we multiply surds involving the FOIL method. Now let's see division of surds on the next video. In other ways, division of surds we can call it rationalization. Rationalization, or if we say we are rationalizing the denominator, is like we don't want to see the surd on the denominator. That's rationalizing. We only need to see the surd on the numerator. For example, we can have 1 over root 2 like this. This one is not in the standard form, so we need to rationalize this denominator. So for us to rationalize the denominator, we do it like this. We multiply by this denominator at the top and the bottom. So multiply by root 2 over 2. So what is 1 times root 2? This one is still root 2 over root 2 times 2 is equal to 2. So this is our answer, which is 2, is root 2 over 2. Let's have another example. Let's have root 1 over 3 root 3 like this. So what we do here, we multiply by root 3 only, not by 3 root 3. So this will be root 3 over root 3, which is equal to 1 times root 3, we get root 3 over 3 multiplied by root 3 times root 3, we get 3. So our answer is root 3 over 9. Let's see the next thing over root 2. We need to rationalize this denominator again. So what we do is root 3 minus 1 over root 2. So we said we need to rationalize by multiplying by the denominator, which is root 2 over root 2. I can put some brackets there so that we have root 2 multiplying root 3 minus 1 like this over root 2 multiplying root 2. Root 2 times root 3, we get root 6. Minus square root of 2 minus 1, we get root 2 over square root of 2 times root 2. We get 2. So in this case, I have rationalized my denominator. To rationalize this denominator that have more than 2 terms. So what we do here, it's now different to what we've been doing when rationalizing a denominator with 1 term. So what we do now, we multiply with what is called a conjugate base, a conjugate denominator. This is conjugate. We multiply with a conjugate. Conjugate denominator of this one is equal to square root 2 minus 1. You just change this sign, the middle one. It becomes square root 2 minus 1. So now let's simplify it. Root 3 minus 1 over root 2 plus 1. We put brackets, then we multiply by our conjugate denominator, which is root 2 minus 1 over root 2 minus 1. Then from there, we simplify this. Root 3 times root 2, we get root 6. Root 3 times negative 1, get negative 2 root 3, negative root 3. Then minus 1 times root 2, minus root 2, minus 1 times minus 1 plus 1 over root 2 times root 2, we get a 2. Root 2 times minus 1, we get negative root 2. 1 times root 2, we get positive root 2. 1 times minus 1, we get minus 1. So this will be root 6 minus root 3 minus root 2 plus 1 over minus root 2 plus root 2 gives us a 0. Then we're left with 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So our answer is root 6 minus root 3 minus root 2 plus 1. 4 over root 3 minus 2. So we multiply with our conjugate denominator. So in this case, our denominator is root 3 minus 2. So our conjugate denominator is root 3 plus 2. So this is 4 over root 3 minus 2 multiplied by root 3 plus 2 over root 3 plus 2. So we multiply these two. This will be 4 multiplied by root 3 plus 2 over root 3 minus 2 root 3 plus 2. So this is 4 times root 3, we get 4 root 3 plus 4 times 2, which is 8 over root 3 times root 3, we get 3. Root 3 times 2, we get 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3 minus 2 multiplied by 2, we get minus 4. So this is, we continue here, this is 4 root 3 plus 8 over root 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3, this one, it gives us a 0. So I left with 3 minus 4. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. So our answer will be, we can take this one up, then it will be negative 4 root 3 plus 8. That's our answer. Or we can distribute that negative inside to make negative 4 root 3 minus 8.